Hey guys, welcome back to the DLC podcast. We're talking games, movies, all things in between. I'm Isaac. That's Jacob.
What's up, people? Long
And,
time.
and below us is the Juicy J himself, Vague Prophet.
What? What up?
So we came bearing gifts, such as a topic today, which goes along with our little series that we're gonna try to get more consistent with. And that's the what would you like to experience for the first time again? In regard, like last time we did it, it was video games. And this week's episode is based off of animes.
Was that part of the video game one? I wasn't, was I?
Yeah,
Here you were.
there you were. It was me, you, Brent, and Juice.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, you said it was the happiest moment of your life, Dad. Like
Mhm.
Yeah,
I made you very proud.
forgot all about that.
Mhm.
So I've been gone so long. Milk was out of stock for like ever, and they sadly got more in the store, so I had to come home.
Milk?
When I'm not there, it's
Aw,
weird.
how unfortunate. But anyways, just to get the ball moving, I want to throw this out there for you listeners and viewers, because the topic is what's the anime you would like to rewatch for the first time. It doesn't for me. It doesn't mean it's your all-time favorite anime, right? Because for me, my all-time favorite anime is Neon Genesis Evangelion. But I feel like I got more enjoyment rewatching it than I did watching it the first time because I didn't know what was happening. So after a couple of see-throughs, I was actually able to understand the story amongst other things.
So, question to this topic, if I may. Are we talking series or are we talking anime in general, like movie?
Jacob, you know how I told you how I separate the two. It's anime and anime movies. I'll put movies
Okay.
in it, bro, because we already know what
I
ours would
think
be if
he
it's
means
animated movies.
everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like it's series and movies. I think that's what
No,
he meant, Jacob. Why
come
don't you
on,
pick
bro.
from that?
So series for the people listening, series. Correct, Isaac?
Correct, because I didn't say
Okay.
movie. I just said anime.
Yeah,
As
but
you
I
can
mean,
see,
other
there was a lot of
people
planning that
might
went into
lump
this
it
talk.
together. So for the
Maybe.
people who lump it together, now we're clear. Series.
Series, yeah, series. So just to get the show on the road, Juicy J, how about you lead us?
Well, guys, you know me. You know I love anime. That's how it is, right?
I
But
did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
you've
it's a
also
true
been
thing.
absent part of your whole life, so makes
He doesn't
sense.
know what I like. And I have to agree with Ice on this one because we've talked about like some of our favorite animes, openings, and stuff, things that resonate with us. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the anime that we would like to experience for the second time, you know? And honestly, if I had to pick an anime series that I got to experience for the second time, for the first time, got to wipe it just to experience it again, it would actually be a more recent anime, and that is Black Clover. Black Clover has a lot of really good parts to it, things that took you by surprise. I started that anime as just a filler anime into my life. Like, we're just gonna watch it because we're waiting for the next stuff to come out. We were waiting for the next My Hero Academia. We had finished Fire Force, and we were waiting on that. Apparently season 3 that's gonna come out.
It's been confirmed. It's been confirmed.
It's been confirmed. Do we have a time frame?
It's been confirmed.
The most
Okay.
underrated anime out there.
I'm just saying. And so Black Clover, the only thing I knew about it when I first started it was, okay, it's about a kid who screams a lot and he wants to bang a nun. That's dope. The man does not pull away from his thought. He wants that nun. And so I was like, okay, so I'm just going to watch in Japanese as it was meant to be so I can hear the screams when I sleep. My wife was on board. We were like, let's do it. Right. And it turned into this amazing story, and then suddenly it went from like we literally binged that, I think, in a couple of weeks. Every night, as soon as she came home, we're just watching it till we go to bed. We could not pull away from it. The storyline is great. It is better than expected. The openings are fire. Everything about it was just this real good feel good that at the very end, it just left us like, I have to have more. And we're all still waiting on it. So I would say Black Clover. I know it's kind of a weird one to pull in, but it was a good. I mean, there are a lot of good series out there. Don't get me wrong,
It is
but
one I
those
did
you
not
know,
expect you to say, if I'm being honest.
really.
Yeah, I remember how
Um,
much you. I know you like it now, but I remember like how much you hated it because of the
Bro,
screams. And you,
when it first came out and when we first tried it, that kid screams at every little thing.
because
I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh,
we were at lunch and you were talking and vented to me about it, and like if I remember correctly, the conversation started along the lines of, "I never thought I would find something more annoying." Or that's more annoying than Naruto's like "believe it"
believe it
catchphrase.
and talk no jutsu in
Yeah,
every single phrase. And then I got like to episode 4 where the kid screams simply because something screams because he's hungry and then screams because he gets food and then screams because he has to poop. It was just a
I get
whole thing.
so the thing
So
is, at my job we tend to have a little downtime, so I started watching it. Like sometimes I'll have time to watch some anime, and I actually watch all of Black Clover at my job, and I watched it like you. I had just finished watching um Spy Family, and prior to
oh,
Spy
there we go.
Family, I had finished watching, or what? I mean, I know it's still going, but at that point, I got caught up on Tokyo Revengers, and then before that, I had rewatched all of Cowboy Bebop, so.
Ooh, there we go.
So the thing is, so I'm kind of like, I mean, I don't say I'm weird. I feel like there's a lot of people out there maybe like me. Like when new animes drop, I do want to watch them, but sometimes I kind of like, I just want to go back and watch what I already know, what I like. I like. It's hard for me
nah, bro, you're weird.
it's hard for me to get into a new anime. It's hard for me to sink my teeth into a new anime because there's just so many.
Mhm.
So the reason I delved into Black Clover is because I had a buddy of mine, because he was like, "This is way better than Fairy Tale. It's so great, this and that." And
Why do
then
people
and then
hate on
later
Fairy Tale?
later
They're
on,
not home. I'll get
no,
onto that.
and then later on, he was like, "This anime sucks. It gets annoying. It's all like a lot of things. Some things happen to it that he didn't like." So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother. So I actually gave it a shot, and personally, I like Fairy Tale more than Black Clover. Personally, just
Fair.
because I think Asta is a better character than what's his name? The main character guy? Juice?
You talking about
Natsu?
Huh?
Natsu? Natsu's from Fairy Tale. Natsu's the main character.
Natsu. Natsu's better than Asta. Sorry, there we go. I like
Mhm.
him more. He's not as annoying.
Yes, I would agree to that.
But it's still a great show though. I do like it, that's a good choice. I like it because there are some scenes in there that kind of catch you off guard. Like, yo, that was kind of sick, Especially with the whole
Mhm.
with the elves, the war with the elves. I thought that was
No.
yeah.
And the whole fight with Veto, the despair,
Mhm.
like all that stuff is good. So it gets compared to Black Clover, or Black Clover gets compared to Fairy Tale because they have a similar premise. It's magic. They get condensed down into groups. It is effectively guilds going against each other, houses or whatever. But there's a lot of characters that have magical abilities in each of the houses. And the reason it gets compared is because the problem that Fairy Tale had was that it has way too many main characters. They tried to make a whole guild into a main character. Everybody gets their limelight. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that until you've got like, well, let's go with one of the first things that happened on a mass scale when they fought against the other guild, the Shadow Guild that Gajil was a part of, where they took out Makarov. And so then all of a sudden there's this huge fight, and all we can do is over the span of 3 episodes give everyone about 20 seconds. Here's the snipers, here's the these, here's the this, here's the this. And then it tries to focus on Lucy and Natsu, and Gray. And then in the next episode is 20 seconds of everybody else just showing the resolve. So apparently it was 40 whole seconds of their fights
So,
and then main characters.
so
And it
for
happens a lot.
for
Go ahead.
someone
Sorry.
who like for someone who finished the series,
Hmm.
um, you look at that as you're starting off, and I agree with you. Like you're trying to do too much.
Hmm.
But I will say, as someone who finished it, I do appreciate what they did on that because they because you get these people throughout the series that pop in and out, and it's cool to know. Be like, okay, I know this dude's backstory. Oh, I know what this dude's capable of, and like they give him a small limelight. I feel it's like what Naruto tried to do, but Fairy Tail did it better.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely that Fairy Tail did it better. I think it's the fact they did it too quickly and the fact that I know this is kind of a pull off the topic and this can be its own discussion, but I'll say the fact is every major fight felt like an anime quality movie of a mainstream anime where they're just going to showcase everyone that's been there, even if they're bigger characters than they seem. You're going to get about a minute, maybe 2 minutes of each of them, and then main characters at the end, and somehow they kind of butt pull it. They
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
pull it out like we
So
beat them.
I
yeah.
feel they did a good
So
job, but
I'll
Yeah,
say I'll
no,
say
no,
this.
it's a great series. I'm just
Uh,
like that's just
I'll
like things
I'll
that people discuss.
I'll say
Yeah,
this, and then we'll move on to Jacob. Uh, in regards to Fairy Tail and Black Clover, one thing I did like about Fairy Tail is that after they got done with one arc and they jumped into another, it was still pretty interesting. Whereas Black Clover, you leave the elf arc and then you have the devil worshiper arc, and I'm like, this is so
that
lame.
wasn't canon. That wasn't canon.
Hey, if it's part of it, it's there.
It's part of
Hey, if I mean, they could say, I mean, the creator of Tokyo Ghoul could say season 2 is not canon all he wants. It still ruined the anime. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things like it's there, bro. Can't take it back. It's there,
No,
and
I'll give you that. Everything
and
everything lost traction after Veto fight. I mean, let's be fair. Even in the Elf arc, everything
yeah,
lost traction
yeah,
after the water people.
yeah, and
Like
like now we have the war against the or Diamond Kingdom, Spade
it's fine.
Kingdom.
It's fake.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, but well, you know what? Maybe when that comes out, Juicy and I can have a we could do some reviews on that. We need to get back on Bleach. Then Bleach needs to come back already. But
I mean, I tell you, Rurouni Kenshin in July. Let's go, baby.
let's go,
Like
baby. Jacob.
all right. So, like Isaac said, just because we picked this anime doesn't mean it's our favorite anime. But there was quite a few. I mean, there was a lot to pick from. Um, but honestly, the one I went to the most was Sword Art Online.
okay,
I mean, okay, it's
the first ever isekai. Yeah,
the isekai that started all isekais, the one that mastered it, and honestly, everything else has kind of copied it and kind of went. No, I'm just kidding. I hate Sword Art Online. That's so garbage. I was just playing. It's not Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online's overrated. Honestly, and I was gonna go with Dot Hack Sign, which is a way superior one. But I'm going Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm not going, brother. I'm going the original.
Oh dang! Like
Yeah,
that.
That's good. That's
yeah,
good. That's
yeah.
good.
And I know a lot of people
No
pick Brotherhood.
no explanation needed.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people pick Brotherhood over the original, and honestly, I'm okay with that. They're both just to me, they're both neck to neck. But the reason I picked the original is just I can't stress this enough. Why I put the original slightly above Brotherhood is tying in an anime movie, which at that time
Anime movies
anime
sucked.
movies never went with the series. Anime movies were just like this non-canon anime thing. It just didn't fit with the series. And Fullmetal Alchemist was one of the first ones to actually tie in the movie to the series, and it actually do well. Like it wasn't just like a garbage movie to fit in with. No, this anime movie was beautifully done. Conquerors of Shambhala, masterpiece.
Yep.
And I mean, Full Metal Alchemist. there's just
Full
so
Metal
many.
Alchemist. Sorry,
Full Metal
sorry. Like,
Alchemist.
you can't just say it. Not like Full Metal
Right?
Alchemist.
Like freaking Adult Swim at night, bro. Gosh, dude, it brings back so many memories. And like, there's many iconic moments. There's the first Roy Mustang fight with Ed. Um, there's the fight with Ed and Greed. That one was beautifully done. Like, there's so many spectacular moments in that, and like, you got comedy in it, you got action, and you got feels, and it's carried it out so beautifully.
Yup.
So it was a tough pick because I was gonna go Dot Hack because Dot Hack pretty much is like my all time favorite in every form, like medium. But I was like, what really gave me the most memories? And I was like, it was Full Metal Alchemist. Loved it.
Okay, no, I respect that. I love it. That's a classic. Like I kind of want them to bring it back, not in a sense of making. I mean, it would be cool if they made a whole new storyline with it, like a whole reboot, kind of like what they're doing with Vash. Because I would love to see Full Metal Alchemist made in this era technology. Like you know how a lot of the visuals look just spectacular. I would love to see the Elrics, their whole
Yeah,
fights and Mustangs fights and all that because they look great already. But can you imagine like what they could do now? I mean, look how Bleach looks. It's just it's
yeah.
great. All right, guess it's my turn. All right, so this was hard for me. Right, there's a lot of animes, and I brought some up to Juice. When I was talking about Gurren Lagann was on Assassination Classroom. Like they hit those feels, right? But I feel like I could watch those and be like, I can still appreciate it, right? But they're that great. So I was thinking, like, what anime would I love to rewatch for the first time? And it just light bulb, right?
Death Note.
No, that would be a
Okay,
great one. Death Note with
that
all the
would be a
twists and
great one.
turns, that would be a great one. That one
Yeah,
and Code Geass, those two.
yeah.
But no, I watched this anime shortly after I watched Soul Eater. And the things about these animes, because I have a particular taste in regards to anime. I like a lot of animes, but if I were to get one that kind of like my favorite, I do like gore, but I also like things that are kind of morbid and twisted. Things that make you feel a little uncomfortable as you watch it. Nothing grotesque or anything of the sort, but something like how Full Metal Alchemist did with the father, where the girl thought he brought her boyfriend
Yeah,
back to life, and you saw it was just a whole bunch of birds that were fused, or
yeah.
like a humanoid bird.
Dead Man Wonderland.
That's a great one, but no,
I thought I was like,
you're
bro, like,
close.
are we going
Yeah,
Dead
Hold on.
Man?
Give me two guesses. Give me
two
two
guesses. All right,
guesses.
two guesses.
We're gonna turn this into a game. Give me two guesses. All right.
Okay.
You said it was right after Soul Eater.
Yes.
I was already in college, so you were by yourself.
Is an
You
older
said,
anime or a newer anime at that time? Like Soul Eater came out in like what
When I
2009?
so when I watch, let me see. Let me check the date. Um, I want to say potentially it was before it. Let me see.
is it
So
a DVD
it came out in
series I gave you?
2006. It came out in 2006. No,
It's not a
I
DVD series I
no,
gave you?
I found this because I liked Soul Eater, and I thought it looked similar enough to it to where I was like, yeah, and I fell in love with it.
I'm gonna love to it. Have I seen it?
Possibly not, but I did make a couple drawings of it and
Uh,
sent it to you, but that was a long time ago.
you nerd. Crap. See, I was gonna go Gantz or
I think
Gantz.
Gantz, no, but I think you do know this. I remember I brought it up to you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that." But should I just say it now?
I might. Yeah, go ahead. I don't think I'll get it.
It's
Busho
the
Renkin?
no, it's the Gray Man.
D
D
Gray
Gray
Man.
Man. D
Oh,
Gray Man.
D Gray
Okay.
Man. D Gray Man.
Yeah, I
I
gave you those. I
I
gave
don't
you the set.
I don't own that.
Or I was going to give them to you, and then I guess you didn't want them.
I would never say I
Because
want those. I never got those from you. I found
you
it.
sure?
Positive.
now he's a little upset.
I'm looking.
What did you do?
You gave me Toko.
No, I gave you a bunch of stuff. I want to say I gave you D Gray Man
Uh-uh.
because
Never had
I
it.
love the manga But when I started watching the anime, I couldn't get into the anime. It was one of those rare times where I could not watch the anime,
If I
but I
had
could read
it,
the
if
manga.
I had it, I would be happy, but I don't own it. You never gave it to me.
I'm gonna look in my case.
Go for it. I mean, if you have it, you don't want it, I'll take it. But no, for me, it's the Gray Man. I
Great.
it's a phenomenal anime, and
Little Hammer, go, go, go.
what I like about it,
Baby.
Lavi,
Yeah.
yeah. So what I like about that anime is, like I said, it has humor to it, but I also like the dark, how dark it
Yeah.
is. Like the Millennium Earl is a savage. That dude is a
No, he does his
savage,
job.
dude.
That man is just doing his job. Like that's
And it's so good because why I say it's similar in regards to Soul Eater is because I know it's not a school, but it's a church, right? And all these
Yeah.
people have instead of death sites, they have innocence. So his is like a parasitic innocent. That's why he has to eat so much, but he can also turns into a whatever he needs to turn a giant clawed and he becomes like a cannon at one point. But anyways, what I love, it's not an overly complex anime, but the characters in it are legit. Like I really enjoy the character development within the show, as well as, I mean, the whole concept of the Millennium Earl. Because for those of you who haven't watched it, just to give you a little quick peek at what he does, he goes to people that are grieving the death of a loved one and tells them, "I could bring them back for you." And you just have to agree to it, and then or just scream out their name and they'll come back. And then he brings up this metallic skeleton, and they say the name, and the skeleton has the souls of them. But now the Millennium World's like, all right, now kill the person. So the skeleton of the loved one will kill the person that wished them back, and then
Yeah.
move inside of their body and live within them. And the thing
good
about
stuff.
it, and it's dark, and what makes the main character Alan so unique is he has an eye that can see the tortured souls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you wouldn't know these souls just by walking around them.
Yeah,
No one has the ability to spot them except for Alan.
yeah, and that's his ability, and
There was
he has
someone
a cursed
who sensed
eye.
them, right?
Do
Huh?
what?
There was a person later on in the series that could sense them,
Yeah,
correct?
since I think so. Yeah.
Sense. Okay. So there was. I think it was a samurai. He can sense them,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but he doesn't know who it is.
He
Where
just knows they're in the
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan can actually see and look who.
Kanda, the
Which
samurai. Kanda. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's part of what made the anime good though, is the fact that that of course is a main character power, you know? And they even
But it's a curse
addressed in
though. It's a cursed eye though.
it's a curse. It is a curse that they're utilizing. But he also like I love the fact that they address just how main character is pretty early on at that.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like no, it's a good series. I think everyone should at
And
least
then
watch
and then and
the
then
first part.
like there's different variants of weaponry. Like one of them, basically his essence is himself. Like he's a vampire.
Mhm.
His is
And
pretty broken too.
he is legit because Alan can see them, Kanda can sense them, he's attracted to them.
Okay, so I think he's the one that's like, no, there's one that's
Yeah.
like, I know, and
Because
you know,
yeah, because like
and we know.
because he needs to drink their blood.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So in essence, they can die by being wounded from these creatures.
They're poisonous.
Yeah, they're poisonous to them. But the vampire is OP because
He's immune.
he's immune to them. He eats them.
Yes.
And so it's so awesome.
But what
But
makes
he's
him
also,
unique though, he's a
he's
coward.
also a big coward. He's also a huge
he's a
coward.
He's a coward. He's a coward. So it works out. And then you have Lena Lee, who has like the boots where she could like basically fly around and kick things to
Yeah.
oblivion. But because I like that. And then you have D Grayman and D Grayman Hollow, where the Millennium Earl's like, all right, time to bring up my followers, and they're just as crazy as he is, if not more.
The Noah's
And
Ark.
yeah, the Noah,
The
yeah,
Noah family.
the
Mhm.
Noah family, and And you know that whole series, like the just how like you like I know it's an anime, but you feel bad, right? Because you know these people are suffering, and he takes advantage of them, and he does it with this magnificent grin, you know.
Yeah.
And he comes down, he does a whole Mary Poppins comes coming in.
Hmm.
Every time.
I might try
It,
to rewatch the anime. I
it's
don't remember
great.
a lot of it. My frustration is the creator would always take huge long hiatuses.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I stopped. I stopped for a while, and then like maybe 2 years ago, I got back in, and then it's still not done. Like I mean, it
From
ended.
what it is done.
No, it ended. It ended, but ended in a way like you would think there'll be more. Like
Okay.
it
I
kind of
mean, at least to me, at least it ended because I remember
yeah.
reading it and then going like months and months, and finally a few chapters would come out, and then like a year would go by, a year and a half, and finally something else would go by, and then like 8 years went by, and then she finally released.
God.
Yeah, and she finally released new chapters, and I was like, finally, I go back, I'm like, I'm I'm going through. I'm like, I don't even remember where I was. Like, I'm gonna have to reread all of this again, which is probably what she was aiming for. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, The Gray Man, that's one of the shows that I would love to rewatch for the first time, just because how, even though I said it has similarities to Soul Eater, it was still pretty cool in the
Mhm.
whole concept and the different abilities that each of them had. Like it was pretty cool. But
I get it, man.
yeah, but I guess we'll wrap it there. GCJ, where can they find us?
Bro, we're Dude Let's Chat. You can catch us talking games, movies, and all things in between on our social medias and on YouTube. Of course, social media is going to lead you right here to our YouTube here at Dude Let's Chat. Hit that bell, subscribe, like us, give us a comment. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at Dude Let's Chat. You can also listen to some of our podcasts on your favorite podcasting platforms at Dude
Mhm.
Let's Chat as well. So just give us a listen.
Yeah, and I think I'm a. You're not streaming. No, like, this will be up before Monday. I'm streaming sometime this week. I think I'm gonna stream like twice, and me and Jacob, I think we're gonna stream. Probably we haven't played Fortnite in a while.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fair, guys. And just as a little update for that, guys, I am kind of out of commission. I'm traveling right now, so it's harder
Mm.
for me to stream. I do have access to the laptop, of course, so if I get on, it's very sparing. But I'll make sure to jump onto Instagram and let y'all know when I'm jumping on. So for anyone watching this and after this,
Or when
just
anyone's
look
jumping on.
out for that. For anyone jumping on, just look out for that on Instagram, and I'll let you know when I'm jumping back on. Maybe we'll play some Vampire Survivor, maybe some Loop Hero again.
I was
Personally, I
playing
want to
that.
run through some Skull.
Hey,
Like, it's some good stuff.
yeah, hopefully soon.
So,
Dead Island 2 will get fixed. So me and Jacob can hop into that. And Juice, you down? You say you're down for that, right?
I'm down for that. I'm
Oh,
down for that.
and
Let's
why
let's just do it.
I got you guys here this Friday when we're not busy? We're all gonna jump into the game that Jacob really wanted to play, and I knew it was gonna be terrible.
Redfall?
Redfall.
Oh, yeah. I'm not paying for
I'm
that.
down. It's free.
It's free.
Oh, is it? I thought people were charged for that.
I mean, it's Game Pass, but
I don't have Game Pass.
You pay $1
well,
for
you're
it.
about to get it.
I don't want to pay $1 for a
Just
bad
buy a
game.
bag of Doritos.
All right, cool. I'll buy a bag of
But
Doritos.
you paid for Dot Hack, the newest one on PS4.
I
That is
did,
true.
and I loved it. It was fun, fantastic.
But it was a
All right,
bad
guys.
game.
Talk to you later. Bye.